you've joined us on the Wednesday night, 7th of February 2012. Finds us. Could be the 8th of Feb, don't quote me on that, I'm just guessing now. Not very good with the dates, as you know. You found us cleaning up the welds on the sills. You found us getting ready to prepare these sills for the filler. And just a brief skim, just a rough skim really, just so the body shop can finish off. You found me patching up the hole here, which was left by the wrong shape of A panel. If you remember, this is a facelift A panel, which was different than the pre-facelift in that the shape around this area was changed slightly to bolt the dashboard. I think it's something to do with safety modifications they made on the facelift one. So I'm making an infill piece with metal, then I'm going to fill that gap to bring it back to the original shape. So that's that. I've prepared and dressed some welds down this side. I'm going to seam seal in that and then paint it up so I can see what it looks like. Once I've done that prep area there, I'm moving my way. I'm going to start picking apart this. We're going to be looking for the spot welds down here. We're looking to get this panel out. This is the striker plate panel for the back door. It comes halfway down this wheel tub section. We'll lift that. I'm going to cut back the rear quarter wing now. Drastic, but it's coming off. The rear quarter's coming off anyway, but for now I'm going to cut behind it so I can get to this. We're going to work out how all that fits together. There's a complex join here where there's several panels all coming together into one zone, and then we've got to look at fixing this tub here by splitting the outer tub and dropping it out, excuse me, of the car. So I'm going to be cutting this wing out so I can get to the inner wing, and then the outer wing can go back on when we're ready for that. So we're up this end now once we've finished just the skimming here. So a little bit of sealant to go down this edge now. Now the welds are all in, and some welds to grind down there. The welds to grind down here. So I do a bit of prep work and tidying up work tonight. Really, just getting it tidied up and cleaning up some welds. That's what we're up to tonight. Nothing drastic, but it's all progress. All got to be done. So we'll get on with those cleaning up work now, and I'll resume the filming once the welding's been done over there. There's not really much point me filming that weld. There's a lot of welding footage been accumulated now on the video, and I don't think we're only really just bulking out the videos otherwise. So I'm going to be a bit more conservative with the films now that big areas have been done, but I will keep updated. As I say, this repair there, I'll get that welded now. Okay, we're going in.
Cougar, yes, that one. Come on, in the front row many times with your American t-shirt. Can't fool. I know you're a wrestler. Anyway, I'll read out one of your emails very shortly.
Cleaning out now. Okay then, some filler skim of filler gone on there for you. We've plated up that where that had to be repaired. For the facelift model, put a plate in. You saw me weld that earlier. So skim over there. Where you've had your plug welds, we put the filler over those welds there and here, and this will be sanded down. Then the body shop will put a final skim on there. So we're going along now and we're doing these welds. We'll put little scoops of filler in like that and then just rub that down. Same at the back. And then of course where you get your panel joins, where that hump is there, the cross member support, we've done that. We'll put some seaming down the sill joint to the floor. That's in. We've got some help as well this evening. There's a cat come for a bit of assistance. That's our super duper cat. So that's it for this evening. Just plodding away. Some seam sealer gone on there to cover that joint, and then down and then over the jacking point. So that's that bit done. So we're looking forward to getting some just some primer on there. I'll get some primer tomorrow and we'll be sanding this down, giving it just a coat of primer, hold the rust at bay. We've ground the welds down on this. That's ready for a skim, and then along there. So we're working on that, just finishing touches, just so we can seal it up with some primer, ready for the body shop to sand flat down, and when they get it in, same on the other side. A lot of that work was done in earlier videos, not as intensive as this side was. Then we move our way here. I've come up with a plan for this. It's hold on a sec while I just can't stand this advert, it drives me nuts. Just get stuffed. Right. Okay. So what do we do? How do we fix this? Well, we've got, that's the tub, that's the door catch striker plate. What I think we could do is pick the welds off on the quarter panel which run along here, pick them out, okay, Then this is attached along this seam for the door rubber, so I picked that out. It's lost the plot here because of the big hole, and this should loosen up. Now I'm hoping I can extract it out by just peeling this back a bit. There's not much holding that wing on anyway, it's that rotten. If I can peel that out and get that out, and then when I want to mark it, get the new one in off the silver car, when that's out and this is peeled back, I'm then going to have to fix the tub. I've got a spare one to put on it which also needs repair, so I'll have to repair the tub I've got to get that fitted in. Then once that's on, a striker plate on top and line it up with there. We're going to have to make some ID marks so we can, this is exactly the right place, sit it in. This will still be on, so then I'll put that back over it to make sure it all lines up, then fix this in, put some welds on, fix the whole lot back in place, then unattach this again because that's coming off. We're going to use that to help us with the alignments, and once we're happy with all that, we can put the door on and test it out. If that works, then we can loosen this off. Then we know that when we take that off, this was in the right position. You don't lose your reference date and point. I think that's how I'm going to do it. So tomorrow we'll see me stripping the silver car area down, getting the parts ready, and then we'll get into this and get that. We'll get hacking on with that. It's quite a big job, but it's not a hard job. It should be quite fun to do. It's not as scary as doing, say, the bulkhead and that aid panel where you've got things which could actually collapse on you and bend the car, or even the sills. I mean, it's sort of job you can just do a little bit at a time, and I think it'll look quite good when that bit's done. It'll take a lot of the edge off the damage, so this side will start to look straighter and straighter all the time as we work our way backwards, outwards and backwards in this case, and then working our way round the back. I'm gonna obviously there's a lot of damage around this car at the back. See how bad we are here. That's what we're up against. So we're going to get this all cleaned out, all the metal out of the way. I'll look at getting these wings and getting the boot in. I think we'll get the boot in first. Get the boot floor, get the wheel tubs in, then pop the boot floor on and attach that to the wheel tub so you've got something to work with, and then get the chassis attached to the centre of the car and look at that. I also, talking about chassis, may look at getting the chassis fixed on this as well, because obviously that needs doing too, so start looking at that. So that's where we're at the moment. We'll call that a night and we'll clear up. That's it for tonight. right, 8th of February 2012, that's the Thursday night session. Welcome aboard. We hope you're having a good time. We hope you bought a ticket for tonight's crazy training that you're going to be going off the rails right now, just like we are here on Tetty Dust. We're breathing in copious amounts of plastic padding, Tetty Dust, Bogo, whatever you want to call it, cocaina, whatever you want to call it. We're filling in gaps, we're sanding down. What I've been doing along this top edge where the top welds were, I've been using my little Dremel and running along with a little sanding disc on the end and just flattening them down there. You can use sanding block as well if you like. You can go over and sand it, but I've just took the worst off with a Dremel, fast wheel that is. Then we're just sanding down the filler, which leaves any indentations filled. It's just a one skim. The body shop, as I said earlier, the body shop will attend to the fine detail. It's just a skim there. I'm going to get some primer on this. Once this is primered up, I'm going to leave it then, because I'm happy that job's done, and then I am finally moving on towards the back. So that's what we're up to first. So I'll jump the film ahead to when I've finished this skimming, okay? Alright, so there you saw that the Dremel helping me just to get into some of them corners. I'll finish off by hand now with some paper and then use the orbital sander just to get into this bigger. It's good for the large areas, the large flat areas for the orbital sander. So we'll finish off that now, and you'll see me just putting some paint on, a little bit more filler just to pop on this lip here. So you'll see that painted up in a minute, just for a rough coat of primer just to keep it safe. Alright, so I'm just getting in with the sponge block now, flexible sanding block, getting these awkward corners, and that just gives me something to put the paint over for now. That gives me an idea of the shape. I can see what things look like when I get them covered up. So we're nearly done now, ready for the paint. Just a temporary layer of paint to go over. Flange, the back door of a seal lip, flange, whatever you want to call it. I'm heating the paint up, just taking it easy. I don't want to distort the metal, so just burning the surface of the paint a section at a time, and I'll get the wire brush in, as you've seen us do before. So away we go. Let's see what's under that paint. So I'll take that gas off. Now you can see the braze joint, which we have quite a few on the car, to stop cracking, and quite sure why it's brazed. You can see the spot welds now showing through, so it's going to be quite easy to pick these out. They're not hidden. Interesting indentation there. We'd like to know what that's all about. That little dimple there, that's an interesting one. Okay, so carry on with that. We'll go around this edge. We'll look at that top joint. We're already off here. Carry on there and we'll see how well attached that panel is. If it can slot out, if it pulls out, do we need to cut down there? Let's find out what that panel's all about. Back on the tripod for stability, really. Yeah, because it's some reports that the shaky camera work can make your eyes go funny. I think you're right there. I'll try and do more tripod stuff if I can. Less handheld unless it's really necessary. So in you go. That's nice and stable, isn't it? So I think you'd rather that. Yeah, I would. Have to hold the camera. So I'm rocking and rolling here. Light me up, baby. Bam, like a jet engine. That, like a Vulcan bomber jet. Just heat that up, just lightly, to further paint off. You can use, like I said before, you can get your wire brush or on your drill or use paint strippers, but this seems to blitz through it. Seems to work. Should really have goggles on when I'm doing that, because I could flick hot paint into my eyes. I'll have to be careful there. I keep forgetting there. Here you are. I'll stick them off. Oh, I can get that. Now, I don't know if you can see it from there, with another braze joint here, so one at the top, one up there, and I know that that's brazed up the top there somewhere, so brazing's used throughout the car. I don't really know why they do it. You've got spot welds in, I can't see, I think it's to stop moisture coming up underneath the seams perhaps, in very bad exposed bits, because that's on the seam, so's that. So perhaps it's where two panels join and you get it to stop water getting under perhaps, before they use filler, you know. I think the filler in them days was as good as the modern ones we have now. Right, so let's get that flange there now. It doesn't really matter if I damage that panel, not that I'm going to. It's good practice to, you know, just keep everything original, even if you're not going to use it. It just gets you in the mood or in the habit of keeping things and unpicking all your panels. I'll have to take that off. I took that under there actually. This needs moving really now. All I could do with moving these strips, I don't want to get damaged. Okay, we'll cut off our wire brush up. I'll put you on later because I'm low on battery power. Okay, I've cleaned up those spot weld edges, the paint off to reveal the spot weld. I'm going to start to. Shut up, radio. Thank you. I'm going to start to use a black paint on this to a black paint. No, that's not right. Yeah, I'll paint this black. No, paint it. Take the paint off, drill the spot welds, which is what we're doing, and then we'll remove this piece. I'm going to keep the wing in position. That's my reference point. And then the tub will have to come out because the tub's knackered. So we've got another tub to put in it. So this out, then drop the tub from underneath, leaving this wing in position, bring the new tub up, lay that over, mock it up as though it's going to connect to the wing, but don't connect the wing, and then weld that onto there. So that's your references. Okay, well, I'm going to start picking the welds off. Right, we've got to get this spot weld bit just to get through to the other side of this panel. Hey? The other side? That's what I'm trying to do. This radio's, it knows what I'm up to. No, I said I've got to get this to break through to the other side of the panel. Oh, the radio's haunting me. Ah! I'm trying out a new bit. It's a Sykes pick advance. I'm not trying to plug anything. Oh no, it's a Sealy drill bit. 9-piece spot weld drill and cutter set. Basically what you do, you drill, hold on. Hello? Yeah. You drill small pilot holes, okay, for this piece, and then your drill bit is, no, never works, does it? There you go. It's there it is. I'm always doing this on these videos. Anyway, it's sort of a hole cutter type one. So if you want to have a look at what it does, it seems to be better than the other drill bit I've been using. It sort of just, it is like, makes that shape, cuts it out that way. So we're going to carry on picking the weld. Carrying on with that now, just down here. Okay, it's a success. What we got. Well, I'd like to explain to you first about this new drill, which has made life easier. It's this, as I explained earlier on, you get this kit with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces here. Mini hole cutters, creates 12 drill bits because they reverse when they go blunt. What you do is you put it onto, you drill a pilot hole first, get yourself a good quality what they call these, cobalt drill. This is I think this is a 3mm. Drill the holes where you can see your spot welds, the pilot holes right the way through both panels. Then the centre, this has got a spring-loaded centre pin. It then goes through your pilot hole, sort of springs in, and then your hole cutter comes into action. And basically, I'd rate this by 10 times better than the spot weld drill bits. Let me grab one. I've been using these spot weld drill bits. They seem to be like quite rough. This seems more precision. You can really just choose your areas more and just take your time, and they really work. You know, I think it does. This was 24 quid. From Sealy, which is like basically stocked in a lot of auto shops. So I'd go for that if you were picking out spot welds and you want to take your time. Basically, I've done that now. Anyway, you watch this now. I've topped the last weld there, so that's actually starting to go. We're going to be able to take this out very shortly. It's held in now by some brass welds, which is a little bit tricky to get out. I'm going to use my die grinder now because the wheel, let's get that off. This, our trusty air cutter, which is good for getting into places. I could have a go with that. I might have a go with that. I might just try and grind it down with this wheel. Or I could use what I've got. I don't know if it's the correct. I don't know if the correct name for this is die grinder or not. Hold on a sec. We've got that typical radio problem. I was trying to talk over the radio yet again. Die grinder. It's gone. It's around here somewhere. You lay your tools out. Hold on a second, I have to pause this. Wait a second. And there it was, just hidden. I'm going to use that. I'm going to get in, take that brass out. I'm going to put a mask on because this is going to create a lot of iron fans. Full face mask because it's going to kick out all over the place. The speed that these go flicks the metal into your face pretty fast, so you don't want to be getting that. So get yourself a full face mask, I think. You'll probably see me giving more advice on this now, on these videos now, as an amateur, because people have asked, you know, it's inspiring them to do work, which I didn't expect, but that's a good thing. So I'll try and recommend stuff and see how I get on. So I'll just switch off while I connect up the die grinder and get, hold on a sec actually, I'm straight in here. This is it. This is it. The hose is just round the tripod. I'm using the tripod for your eyes only. Connects up. Let's see what we can do. I'm heading for those brass welds up there. If you want to have a look. I'll just zoom you in. See if you can see them. Just up there. I'll take them out. Here. Alright, I want you to be with me when we reveal, when we finally got, there's only one more weld to break, and that's it. I want you to be with me. This mark signifies the beginning of the back end restoration. So here we are, the first panel come off, back end restoration. We'll take a look now, watch it go. That's it. There you go, you saw it here, you saw it live. There's the first panel to be replaced in the beginning of the rear end restoration of the Cortina. You've seen the middle section and the bulkhead. We're now heading towards the back. That's come off very good. All the welds are picked off. Now it's a scrap piece, but I've picked it off so that I can see and line up the new panel. When a new panel comes in now, we've got this edge to use as our reference, so we haven't lost any bearings. There's a few little repair pieces to do. That's strong enough. We can keep that piece. There's some surface rust on it, but basically it's sound. It certainly won't rust anymore once the car's sealed. That's only because the car's been exposed to the elements with holes in the roof and stuff. So once we repair this, it's never going to go again, you know, because there's never going to be any holes in the roof on the car, unless there's everyone on the planet dies and all the cars are left to rust in ruins in the streets. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, so yeah, that comes out. Look at that, isn't that neat? So that leaves us today with this video. I'm going to finish off Thursday night. Work is complete. That project for tonight was done. I'm going to take some still shots now, and we'll see you Friday night. Okay.